Okay, so we created a pie chart in the previous video. Now let's create a line chart to answer the second sub question and a bar chart to answer the third sub question. So let's go back to the top sub questions. The second sub question says compare parental satisfaction with IEP program to the LEAP score of the last 5 years. So to do that, we need to go to our sheets with our data sets. So this is selected already. So all we just need to do is go back to the sheets for the line chart, click on line charts, go to insert, select charts. Once again, it's going to tell you no data. So you have to go back and select the correct data range. So, and this is that, tells you and okay, and we have to change the x-axis to the information that we need, which is the parental satisfaction. And then we need to remove all of these labels because they're just making this so much more, untidy. So everything is all out. And then we have the leap scores, and but we want, this is what it looks like as a bar chart. Remember I said that you can create um you for the second sub question you could use either a line chart or a bar chart for it. So this is what it looks like for a bar chart. But now let us make it into a line chart. So to do that, we go into edit charts, and in the chart type we change that to line chart. So there are three options for the line chart for that. So this combo includes a bar chart and a line chart. So this is what it looks like, but I just want a line chart, and so we have this as here. So what happens here is you are having individual responses to the data. So for instance, the first one that says neutral, this is corresponds to the first participants. You can go back here and see that the first participants did have a parental satisfaction as neutral. So that is why we have the line charts being neutral here. And if we go back and check with the last one, the 24th participant, it says satisfactory, and we can see that our line chart has satisfactory as the last. So what this does is it gives us the individual responses, whereby you can use individually to see which parents or which participants, what they said in terms of parental satisfaction, and what the LEAP score for each year is. This is a little bit clustered. In order to kind of clean it up and make things, so that we're using maximizing the space, we need to change. Here it starts with a 0 and ends in the 100, but we can change this up so that instead of starting with a 0, it will start, let's say 20, so that this way all of this space goes off and we can best see what's happening here. In order to do that, we will click on the charts and then click on the y-axis. So this is the y-axis, and when we do that, we have to go down here and say we want to change it to minimum. The minimum, we want it to be 20, and the maximum, let's just make it 80 or 98. And that is that, and this is what our chart now looks like. It's a little closer, we can see it a little bit better. In order to figure out what the figures are and which year is, all you just need to do is to click on that. It says for 2020, for this last participant, was the child's LEAP score was 78. 2022 it was 70, and 2019 it was 69, and 2018 it was 60. So you can kind of figure out what those individual scores are. However, this is nice and it does work, but it also is a little bit very busy, too busy, and maybe a little bit difficult for anybody who is not the person that created this chart to understand what is going on here. So in order to make it easier to interpret and to present, we want to kind of look for an overview of the score, whereby we want the information, instead of doing it individually, we want what the LEAP score is for every participant that responded as neutral and satisfactory, unsatisfactory, or my child does not have an IEP. So that this way it kind of cleans it up a little bit. So to do that, we will go to, once again, edit charts and click aggregate. So, and then we want it to change from sum, because what happens in the sum is that it adds all the scores, which is not what we want. We want an average. So an average kind of takes all the individual scores and gives us what the average is. So let's take that out, and this is what we have. So it's much cleaner, much easier to present and to try to make sense out of, but we still have a lot of space here that we can maximize and make it easier to read what's going on in here. So in order to do that, we go to the charts and double click on the y-axis, go back here and change it to this is 60, the lowest. So if we can put it at 50, we can still see what's going on. Oh, sorry, this is meant to be 50. So you see it changes, it's a lot closer. Let's see if we get it into 55, what that looks like. Okay, no, I think I prefer it at 60. And then for the maximum, there isn't anyone that is going as much as 90. Let's see what the closest is about 80. So, but let's just make it a 90 this way. So that's that. And we can see, oh, I'm sorry, this starts at a 60 instead of a 50. I want it to be a 50. All right, so we can more easily see what is going on in this way than the way it initially was, and stuff like that. So that's for the line charts. Now let us answer the third sub question that is trying to compare ADHD symptoms with LEAP score of the last 5 years. So what we're going to do here is very similar to what we did for the line charts. So let's go back to our data set. So we go here and let's select the data set once again. So we have everything all here, all selected. And let's go to the sheet for the bar chart. So we are here. We go to insert, charts, change the data range. Okay. Change the axis. The axis, we're looking for ADHD symptoms. We select, we take all of this out, the labels, because we don't need that. You can see as I'm taking things off, it's kind of changing here. So now all the labels are out, and we have this. So this is again individual information or individual participants information, which it's not wrong, but we can also get an overview by getting the aggregates, in which case we go to edit charts, and then we give an aggregate and tell it once again to get it into an average. And so we have that. So this is what that is. And we want to leave it here, because if we change the label, if we change the numbering of the bar charts, it wouldn't affect it. But you could either leave this like this, or you want to go and kind of make it closer in the same way that it was with the line chart. So to do that, you will click on the value, And let's say the lowest one is around let's make it another 50, and let's make this also 90. So that's that. And this is what our bar charts looks like. So we can see, the difference a lot clearer than the way that it was. So you can see our bar charts, you see our line charts, and you see our pie charts, all responding to the individual sub questions. So what I can do here is to copy the sub questions, copy, go into the bar charts, move this a little bit down, and just put this here. First of all, let me this, and that goes here, so that it's easier to remember what the information is asking for. So that closes it. We go to the line charts. Also, we move it down a little bit. Sorry. And then merge, put that here. And then for the last sub question, we will select everything, go to the line charts, merge, and post that over here, so that we have everything all put down looking nice and clean. So that is that for creating a pie chart, a line chart, and a bar chart on Google Sheets. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do that in Excel. See you in a bit. Bye.